We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to your live boxing ego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to your live. Team Haney gets at Ryan Garcia. They're bringing up the Ostarine, double downing, triple downing on that. They even say that Ryan Garcia looks insanely skinny, and he doesn't appear to be in the same type of shape that he was in when Devin fought against Ryan Garcia. So in this video, that is what I will break down, give you guys my truest thoughts. This be the realest I ever wrote against all odds. Up in the studio getting blow. This be the truest I ever spoke. 21 gun salute. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of today's video. The bottom line is this. The Haneys are still at it, still talking about Ryan's failed test from last year. April 20th when they fought. They don't seem to be over it. I'm just paraphrasing, but they're basically like, Ryan's a liar, a cheater, a deceiver, heartbreaker. He's just foul. And Ostarine this, SARM, PED. You're a dirty, rotten scoundrel. We're not over it. Ryan, you cheating. And it's just more of the same. It's literally the same that the Haneys have been saying. Now, I will say this. Devin at the final press conference said that Ryan sounds different because he's off the Ostarine. And then Bill Haney crashed Ryan's media day and basically was saying that Ryan looks like a shell of his former self because he doesn't have an Ostarine body. And that's kind of what I want to talk about in this video. And right off the bat, off the rip, the Haneys sound like a broken record. I said it, I'll say it again. Boxing ego does not condone cheating. I have never done any drugs in my lifetime. My channel, check my track record. We have always condemned cheating and cheaters over here, the Povetkins and just anybody who's cheated. So nobody is giving Ryan Garcia a pass. However, cheating is bad. Cheating, don't do it. And kids, please stay off drugs. I don't know how many other ways I can say to make it clear. Cheating, no. But even though it happened, you are not the first fighter in combat sports to have faced somebody that popped dirty. Now, it's not a good thing, but how many times do you turn on the 5 o'clock news and you see a whole lot in your area, in your neighborhood, in your cities or surrounding cities that are not quote unquote good things, but they're the realities. That's just a harsh reality, but it is what it is. And my thing is this, when it comes to Devin and Bill, they're acting. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit the bell icon so you don't miss a thing, thumb up the video. I'm really the best in the business and it's not even close. I don't even see how you can doubt it at this point. But the thing is, the Haneys almost act like this is some newfound wave or trend or just something that's never happened to anybody else because they keep incessantly talking about this, that, and the third. And for me, it just doesn't add up. And I'm going to tell you why. If Ryan is a filthy, nasty, no good, rotten, yellow keister and you want him off your property, why on earth are you rematching him? Simple question, eh? Why would you rematch this man if he's just the most foul, despicable, reprehensive snake that you ever come across, and he's dirty, cheater, which is what you're saying every single time you're mic'd up, is Ostarine this, Ostarine, cheat, SARM, right? Why are you fighting on this man's undercard? I know if it's me, if I truly felt wronged and I felt somebody's a cheater, they're nasty, they didn't play within the rules, then I'm going to handle things a whole lot different than that. And for one, I wouldn't want my brand and I wouldn't have my brand on his undercard, right? Fighting on the same card would be a stretch, but to be on his undercard, especially, that's not going to fly. And it's not like like Canelo, where he tested positive many years ago. And I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying years have passed, right? It's not a situation like that at all. This is his first fight back, your first fight back, and he gets top billing over you. So why are you on his undercard? Why do you want to rematch him? Why are you dropping your lawsuit? If you're going to keep bringing up that he's a cheat and he's nasty and he's corrupt, then you have to answer these questions for the public. Why would you want to do any type of business with a person like this, including a rematch? Why would you drop your lawsuit? The Haney told me that the reason Devin was doing the lawsuit, because I told you it was going to look bad, which it did, right? But they said Devin is setting a precedent. Yeah. Devin Haney is going to teach Ryan a lesson. Yeah. Devin Haney is going to prove once and for all that the good guys are not going to take it. We're not going to take it. And the cheaters are all going to get carted off in the paddy wagon, and they're going to have to wear the scarlet letter, all these types of things, because we're suing. All right. And then now money talks. Turkey comes in and say, hey, one of my conditions to make the fight is you got to drop that lawsuit. And the Haneys are willing to do it. So again, at that point, you're a party to and doing business with Ryan Garcia. No one's trying to hear this. Common knowledge. Everybody knows Ryan tested positive. He's saying is this, you guys are saying is that. But then Devin at the final press conference, he said something like, your voice is different, your voice has changed, and Bill like gate crashed Ryan's media workout, and he says, you're a cheat. Look at your body. You don't have the Osterine. I'm paraphrasing, but you don't have the Osterine body. You don't have the same muscles. You don't look as big. Why you look smaller? And then Devin Haney's insinuating the same thing, right? But again, why are you fighting on this man's undercard? Why are you planning on fighting him in general? Why are you lending your brand to a cheat brand? The other thing for him being skinnier, listen, this is in no way, shape, or form out to defend Ryan Garcia, but the facts are the facts. I don't know what the heck was up with the boy for the buildup of the last fight. I truly don't. He was acting like he was on some type of drugs. I told you it was going to be bad news, the fight. Ryan was acting too crazy, and it looked beyond just simple promotion. I told you guys these things before the fight, right? So I don't even know why he was acting off his rocker and looking like he hadn't slept in days, and he was looking disheveled and all that. I have no idea why he was doing that, right? I just knew that in terms of a buildup can't have a good end result because he was doing too much. Spaces every day, arguing with fans. I didn't see how that was going to play out. And I was right. Per usual, I was right. So fast forward to this, Ryan, for whatever reason, appears to have gotten his stuff together. He seems more coherent at the press conferences. He doesn't, from the eye test, he doesn't look like he's on something at all times. We're not seeing these random videos in the Rolly camp of him partying and drinking and doing all this other weird stuff when he's supposed to be in training camp. Again, I don't know why he did for a Devin Haney fight, but he's clearly taking the Rolly fight a bit more serious because he knows Rolly's a big puncher. Maybe he didn't respect Devin from the amateur fights, or he didn't think Devin could hurt him, or maybe he's just going through something in life. I don't know. But the reality is, it's hard to gauge Ryan's body type and composition from the last year's fight versus the Rolly fight because he's acting like two different people. So it's not necessarily Osterine. I think he was doing either some type of drug like coke or pills or something, and he was drinking. So I think he had a lot of alcohol weight. So of course he looked bigger, halfway training, and not to mention he didn't make weight. So he didn't even make the 140 pounds per the initial contract. So you're comparing his body when They said he had to cut like 17 pounds or something the days before the fight, like the week of the fight. You're comparing his body type when he wasn't even trying to make weight. I don't know what happened, but he said Floyd told him 3 pounds. He said he tried to he said a lot of stuff. So that's why I don't know what is true and what isn't. However, what I do know is there are strong rumors and indications that he had a lot of weight to get off on fight week, and the rest is history. So I don't know how he did it. I don't know if he went the illegal route, like on purpose, intentionally or whatever, but you're comparing him looking smaller when he looks focused and it looks like he's having a more realistic training camp to him when he was looking like a raging alcoholic and wasn't even trying to make weight or whatever was going on. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that. It's a bad play. And again, it's even worse if you're planning on fighting him again. So hopefully at some point we don't have to keep hearing the Haneys say the same thing over and over. You cheated. You know what I mean? Like, switch it up. Have a different angle of the trash talk, anything. I mean, I watched a lot of battle rap over the last several years. Imagine a battle rapper and it's the same angle every battle or every round. He has the same angle on his opponent. Like, you're not going to get that 30 clip. You're not going to 30 your opponent if you're just spitting the same angle, the same scheme round after round after round, especially if you do it for all your battles. Now, I'm not saying you can't have little taglines and stuff that you come back like Conceited has, slow it down, I just dissed you. I'm not talking about stuff like that, but I'm saying if all your rounds look identical and sound identical, then people are going to get over that quick. And that's what I'm saying when it comes to the Haneys. They just keep talking about the drug stuff. They're not talking about the improvements or nothing. It's just Ryan, Osterine, drugs, stuff we already know. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new, but even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate, so ultimately you can realize all of your online goals. Use my affiliate link in the description and grow your channel fast.